Hello, hello, and welcome to another episode of the Digital Quil podcast with your host, Mars Wilson. Today, we have a really big question for you. Do you often go online feeling drained or like you didn't get a good positive experience out of doom scrolling? Do you often get offline feeling angry or depressed as if life is just really that shitty? Sometimes brain rot does exactly that. Rots our brains and rots our souls. That's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about a little bit about how changing the media that you consume might actually affect you better than staying stagnant in what we're currently doing. A lot of this is just personal experience and opinion. You don't have to follow my advice. This is just, a human doing human things, hoping that other humans will do other human things as well. And today, my fellow listeners, my friends, my fellow humans of Earth, I actually have a whole notes. Oftentimes the media we consume is actually not really good for us, right? I know from personal experience there have been a lot of times where I've gotten offline where I'm like, wow, I am disenchanted or uninspired or just blah. This may not be an end-all solution to everything. I mean, there are other various factors in life. But let us start with what we can in life, right? Let us start by making small choices that might actually impact us in really big ways later on. And changing our media is a good small choice. Take a look. Take an assessment right now. What do you consume on the daily? Is it pop culture? Is it influencers? Is it social media celebrities? Or is it things like what you want to do with your life? And by that, I mean are you consuming the media that enriches you and helps you with what you personally want to do in your world? Brain rot rots the brain. Mind medicine can be stuff like theology, mindfulness media. So skibbity toilet, I barely know what that is. But a lot of people do. I live under a rock. What is skibbity toilet? And sure, it's funny. But if you're only consuming media just for fun and something that you are on 24/7, I mean, think about it. Most cell phone devices nowadays will tell us at the end of a week what our weekly report is for how many hours we've spent on our phone. What does yours look like? And in that amount of time, what are you consuming? What are you subjecting yourself to? Is it positive, uplifting things that help you feel like whole and complete? Is it, as I keep saying and repeating the same words over and over, is it brain rot? Are you rotting your brain, therefore rotting your soul? I have gotten some chances to look into my friends' and people close to me's social media feeds, and it is a far cry from what I see on my feeds. And I don't really want to compare apples to oranges. Everyone's feed is their own. You do pay for your internet, so by all means, use it how you wish. Again, this is not, an end-all be-all solution, but it's a good start, I think. I did used to consume more influencer media and brain rot media. I was in part of one of the world's largest Facebook groups that made national news a few different times. Not for good reasons, mind you. If you know what the cellulites salvation is, or even the cellulites, well, hi fellow cell, it's good to see you. Maybe not. So yeah, just to give you a little bit of my online interactivity, or interactivity, online, whatever, words are words, or English are words. The media we consume can drain us. We all consume media all the time. As I said, we are always on our phones, on our laptops. We are currently, probably right now as we are listening to this show, doom scrolling Facebook, maybe TikTok, maybe Instagram, maybe Twitter X, maybe Blue Sky, maybe Threads, maybe Instagram. I already said that, didn't I? Maybe any of them. We might be on Truth Social or Rumble or literally any. Insert an application or app here. It doesn't have to be social media. You could just be gaming on your phone all the time. Is that beneficial? Is over-consuming on your phone beneficial to you? Do you feel like it's beneficial to you? Kind of sounds like I heard a lot of no's. I heard a few yeses. We'll address those later. My social media, my feed, is definitely a far cry different from a lot of other people's. On Instagram, specifically Instagram, I have curated my main profile that I doom scroll on to be about dancing and physical fitness and mindfulness and meditation and other theology and philosophical beliefs. So on my feed, I hardly ever see memes. I hardly ever see influencers. I hardly ever see celebrities. When I'm scrolling on Instagram, I'm seeing exercise routines. I'm seeing different ways of nutrition. I'm seeing different things from doctors and psychologists and nurses and fitness experts. I don't trust all of them, but they do have some interesting information that I try to apply to my daily life if I can. Apply where applicable, right? My Facebook is a little different. It's actually one of the reasons why I don't go on there anymore. I might have accidentally added way too many friends on all of the Facebooks I have. I think I have 4. Whoops. I was actually hovering over the deactivation button this morning. I had gone onto Facebook on my desktop and I was like, do I deactivate? I was hovering over it and I'm like, And then the voice in my head was like, sometimes you post to Reels, Mars. Facebook's a good place to get this show seen. So, I mean, keep it up, I guess. Even though I really don't want to. I don't use it, so why is it there? I used to. I used to post life updates there and personal stories and beg to the void about this, that, and the third, about whatever was negatively impacting my life. That's not exactly how I want to handle my social media anymore. I mean, am I gonna still possibly vent or air out my dirty laundry sometimes? It's me, guys. I vent and air out my dirty laundry here on my show. So, yeah, probably. But I'm a lot more mindful than I was when I was 18, 19, 20 about the intention of what I do. And, you know, there's actually a lot of posts that you guys don't see anymore. They're hidden behind only me. Cut out the noise. Do yourself a favor and cut out the noise on your social media feeds. Really take an assessment. Really take a deep dive into what you are following and what you are consuming. Those rich celebrity influencers you follow that you just dream about their lives, that's okay. I mean, it's okay to have dreams, and it's okay to follow people and give support where support is due. But at the same time, not all living vicariously is living vicariously. And what I mean by that, stay with me on this one, I mean, sometimes it's damaging. Sometimes you could be living so vicariously in other people's lives that you forget to live in your own. You also have a life. You also have a story. You also have main character energy. And hey, let's untap that. Let's unpack your main character energy just a little bit, because you have a story to carve out. Not by watching your rich influencers who have houses that we will probably never get to see as common folk. That's the dream, though, right? I mean, living in a nice 50-bedroom house. I mean, come on. That's not reality for everybody. And really, should it be? Different topic for a different day. We've previously talked about how sin, overconsumption, gluttony is bad for you. Bad for the soul, bad for the mind, bad for the heart. We've talked about how anger, rage, wrath. So again, I have to ask you, tying back to the first few questions, are you angry when you get offline? Are you angry while you're online? I'm not saying we should remove anger entirely. No. Anger is sometimes a healthy thing. It creates action. But if you are living in a constant state of anger, constant state of wrath, while you are scrolling your feeds, while you are on your phone, what kind of life is that? What are you giving yourself? What are you doing for yourself? That doesn't sound like a life you are loving and living powerfully, does it? I want you to do 3 things today at the end of this episode. I'm not going to police who you follow. I'm not going to tell you who to follow. That's not for me. You can see who I follow on my Instagrams and feeds. I don't keep that stuff private. At least I shouldn't. It shouldn't be private. If it is, let me know. And I'll fix that. But, 3 things. The first thing, unfollow the people that don't give you energy, that actually lessen your energy. Maybe if unfollowing feels like too much for you, mute them for 30 days. Second thing I want you to do is find 3 to 5 people, doctors, psychologists, fitness experts, coaches, mentors, someone that isn't a mom influencer, someone that isn't a celebrity, someone that isn't rich. I mean, they could be rich. I mean, it's their profession. But like someone who isn't blatantly rich and doesn't use their wealth to educate or empower. It could be psychologists, it could be therapists, it could be literally anybody. Anybody that can teach you something, inspire you to do something. Because that's the name of the game right here, right? What is one of the mottos of the Digital Quil? Time, let me give you my time and let you share my time with me, or your time with me. Time, right? Teach, inspire, motivate, entertain. Travel, investigate, meet and make, experience and explore. Yeah, go find someone that falls into one of those categories. Go find nature influencers. Go find philosophical people, philosophers. People who reshare things like Alan Watts or Aristotle or literally anybody, even Buddhism, Taoism, Christianity if that's your thing, Catholicism if that's your thing. As a matter of fact, actually, that brings me to the next thing, the third thing I want you to do. Keep notes, either on your phone or in a text message to yourself, in an email draft, on a piece of paper. I actually highly recommend piece of paper. It's a little bit more powerful than typing things out, but time is of the essence and whatnot. Keep notes. Keep a mental catalog of how changing those 3 things or 2 things helps you or hurts you. And reassess at the end of 30 days, a whole month of being online with those people in your feed. Do you feel more inspired, more empowered, more willing to do things that you want to do in your life to maintain that main character energy that you need to find for you? Okay? Good. We might be getting somewhere. I really don't want to please you. I don't want to tell you what to do. But I do want to see you living a life you live powerfully. I do want to see you living a life you love. Resources, those will come. I mean, I'm broker than heck. I probably have all of like $20 to my name right now. If that. It starts with small steps. And I largely think, just through experience, that it is the media that we consume that we can be changing as a small step that ends up being a bigger step and bigger impact later on. The reason I'm comfortable doing these shows anymore, do you guys remember when I started with episode 1? I was on the edge of my seat, I was nervous, I was stuttering, you could hear the nerves in my voice, right? But now I'm here casually, knee up on the chair, just, what's up guys, how's it going? What you up to? What's new? What's happening? Que paso? Telling you this, that, and the third about my own life. It's because of you. It's because of you guys doing things. It's because of the influencers and the writers and the podcasters and the novelists and the public speakers I listen to and follow. There's a few communications experts I'd listen to because I don't have the money to go to school. I don't have the means to be able to become an educated person through academia. Be nice, because then maybe someone would listen to me if I had a nice little shiny paper in my hand. Look, I did the thing. But I don't, and I probably never will. I'll never be afforded those luxuries or opportunities, so I have to listen to the people who do have those things. And man, some of the advice that they've given me just through a screen has actually worked. At first, I was probably like you are right now. Oh, this will never work. What is this bitch talking about? Are you fucking kidding me? Like, mind medicine, what is that? Media consumption. My media is fine. I'm entertained. Are you? Are you? Are you? I beg to differ. I beg to differ. Because if that was true, you'd be living a life you love right now. Bearing the fact that you're broke. You'd be living a life you love right now. Knowing that you would get the resources at some point, as long as you are dutiful. And here's the thing about resources and why this is definitely a conversation for another day. Money is a game. It's a game. One of our listeners, one of the most interesting people to email me so far, there's only been like 5, and all of them have been interesting, but this one's interesting in a different way, is anti-money. And the reason that they're anti-money is a large reason of why I'm anti-money. I understand its purpose and place in the world to exchange for goods and services. I would like to see more of a trade and bartering system. How many people, show of hands, you can use the hand emoji in the comments below, would rather see a trade and bartering system over currency? Yeah, that's what I thought. Don't worry about that. This is coming from someone who is currently right now experiencing a high level of financial insecurity. I'm really trying not to sweat over it. Money isn't going to make me live my life powerfully. It's not going to make me love my life. What will make me love my life is me. And the actions and the steps I take every day. The way that I wake up. The intentions I set. The rules that I set for myself and follow. The morals that I've learned and gained. That's going to look entirely different to you. Let's work together. Let's find out how that looks to you so that you can start living your life positively, powerfully. It's not going to all be roses and rainbows. Roses have thorns. Rainbows have to have rain before you have the rainbow. Storms are pretty powerful sometimes, pretty torrential. But even in the midst of all of that, Don't let it drown you. Don't let it drown you. I've been there. I've been there. You can listen to episode 9, I believe, just to hear how there I've been. Content warning on that one. Do not listen to it if you are in a bad state of mind. Or do. As I said, I'm not going to please you. Just a warning. Change the media you consume, and you might change your life. I know that sounds cliche. I know that sounds like it wouldn't work. Try it for 30 days. Try it for another 60 days. Try it for 90 days, and then start doing that for an entire year. And watch how your mindset shifts. Watch how you start to see the world around you. I guarantee you it'll be different. We won't know what the difference is unless you attempt. So go for it. Change your media. Change who influences you. You have the power. I know you do. Because I did. My TikTok feed is full of creators. And now that I've been trying to be more active in comment sections, I'm starting to see a little bit more of other people who are trying to do exactly what I am. Building community, establishing communities that already exist, and connecting communities that have absolutely no connections, but probably should. I firmly believe in a time where humans were a lot more connected than divided. Sad, sad times we're living in. But we can make it better. Starts with ourselves. Starts with what we expose ourselves to every single day. Every minute of every day. Not saying get rid of your brain rot entirely. There's a place for it. I have some brain rot here and there. Most of it's in my TV shows. But 75% of your feed, 65 to 75% of your feed should be mindfulness. Should be mental well-being, physical well-being, something for you. And then the other percentage can make up the brain rot and the memes and the skibbity toilet that everyone just so loves. That's fine. Please love it. I have my own cringe I love. At the moment, I can't remember what it is that's cringy that I love, but that's neither here nor there. Plus, it's not cringy to me, but it would be cringy to you, so. Change your media, change your life. Change your mindset. Cut out the noise. Cut out the things that drain your power, drain your ability to feel and think on a spectrum. Because if you're only feeling anger, if you're only feeling depression, if you're only feeling uninspired, that's not good for you. I don't want that for you, and I don't think you want that for you either. Unless you do. You can tell me right here. This is a safe place. You can tell me if you want to stay stuck in your story and stay miserable. That's entirely your right. Free country, free world, free will, autonomy. But I personally feel like maybe you don't. We're in a world where we're trying to figure ourselves out, figure out the world, because we're in systems that aren't designed for us. Let's start designing systems for us, starting with our phones, starting with our YouTube feeds, starting with our social media feeds. And I'm not talking about being in echo chambers either, because that's not enriching. That's just continuously feeding a beast. Maybe a good beast, because you have people who agree with you on important topics that matter to you. But Does it give you the ability to think or step outside of your little circle for even just a hair of a second? I can answer that one, no. Neutrality is a good place to be sometimes. I didn't really have an intention on making this episode long. As a matter of fact, I am starting later today than I thought I would be. However, here are the last 3 points I'd like to make today. Today is Monday, so I'm not on my phone. As of last night, right before I laid myself to sleep, I turned it off. It's off. It's not going to be on until tomorrow sometime. At first, I was like, oh, I'll turn it on as soon as I wake up Tuesday morning. And I'm like, I was going through my day and like writing my notes and getting my articles ready for the week and planning the November month because I have some guests coming up and whatnot. And I was like, actually, I might try to go at least half the day without turning it on. Because the last time I did this, the last 2 times I did this, I immediately turned it on Tuesday morning. I was like, good morning. Where's the phone? I don't want to do that again. Because the intention of turning my phone off for a full 24-hour period is so I can be present in my life and with my friends and my family and my work and not be, I don't know, lost in the digital landscape of ones and zeros. Is quantum computing here yet? Have we finally reached the singularity? More episodes on that in the future too. That's the whole point of today's episode, guys. I know it was a little bit technical, a little bit more technical than what you're probably used to with me. But I do want to start getting to a point where I talk about serious things in serious ways because from my own experience, as I stated, the media we consume is draining. It sucks the soul right out of us. It sucks the inspiration and the creativity and the us right out of us. We don't deserve that. It's almost like a weird analogy to the Matrix. We're just batteries to influencers and celebrities, the elites. Do you want to be a battery? Or do you want to start energizing yourself and maybe even those around you? Look at your friends. Do they smile? Do they laugh? Do they feel inspired? Do they feel motivated? Do you want that for them? Set an example. I know it's cliche, but be the change you want to see in the world. And what that change looks like is up to you to decide. We're all in this together. So yeah, serious topics, serious tone. I'm sorry to do that to you. But I personally don't feel like I would be taken seriously if I was just on here doing my normal ADHD spiel. My flippant flopping all over the place. So yeah, 3 things. Unfollow or mute accounts that don't inspire you or motivate you, that leave you feeling drained for 30 days. 30 days. Follow 3 to 5 accounts that are doctors or psychologists, mentors, physical movement experts, something. Experts. And then keep notes, mental, physical, digital, of how things make you think and feel. The mindsets you see shifting for 30 to 60 to 90 days. See just how much your life changes. I'm not talking about in the money aspect. We're separate subjects. I don't even know how that works yet. Again, $20 to my name at this current moment. But your soul, your heart, your brain. Make notes. Pay attention. It's really, really subtle at first. That's why I'm giving such a large time gap there, 30 to 60 to 90 days to even a year. The differences you'll notice are subtle. I didn't realize at first just how impactful my social media habits were until I had been a few years outside of it. And I was like, oh, my social media habits have certainly changed. I'm in a better place mentally than I was then, too. That's interesting. There was a coincidence, or not a coincidence, there was a correlation there between my social media consumption and my mental well-being. That's all I want for humans. I want you to be able to live a life you love and live it powerfully. Why? We only get one. And it can be anywhere from seconds to years, decades. Pretty daunting when you start to think about that. Keep going, humans of Earth. Don't stop. Remember to breathe. Remember to drink water. Remember to say hi to a neighbor. Tell them you like their shirt. Thank you for letting me give you my time, and thank you for sharing yours with me. I hope we can change the world together for the better. I think we can. I'm pretty confident that we can. One small step at a time. One small, shaky step at a time. Keep going. Don't stop. And I will see you next time for the next episode of the Digital Quil Podcast. Bye.